Today, we're zoning in on a really specific moment, a single day that tells a bigger story.
Exactly. We're going back to August 12th, 2021, Lord's Cricket Ground. You know, the home of cricket. It's got that aura, doesn't it? A place where, well, history gets made.
Definitely. And the atmosphere that day was electric. This was the second test, England versus India. Big rivalry.
And the first test had ended in a draw, a bit of a damp squib in the end because of rain, so both teams were really looking to land a punch here.
Absolutely. Hunger on both sides.
So our mission today is to really unpack day one. We're drawing from a documentary script called Fortress Lords, India's Unforgettable Assault, and it focuses heavily on what it called Rahul's revelation.
Rahul's revelation, I like that. Because it wasn't just about the runs he scored, was it? It was more about him cementing his place, showing India's intent.
Precisely. So we'll dig into the strategies, those moments of individual brilliance, the whole dynamic of that opening day. We want you to understand what unfolded and, crucially, why it was so significant. Ready to dive in?
Let's do it. And the day started with, well, a pretty big call right from the toss.
Ah, yes, the toss. England captain Joe Root called correctly.
It looks a good surface. There's obviously a little bit of cloud cover over this morning, but it looks like that could burn off.
He did. And then he made a decision that raised a few eyebrows. He chose to bowl first.
At Lord's. On what looked like a fairly okay surface for batting. That is a bit surprising.
It was definitely a talking point. I mean, usually you'd think about batting first there, get runs on the board.
So what was the logic? Must have been the conditions.
Yeah, that was the key. It was pretty overcast, classic English summer morning, you know. It was Rohit Sharma, the hitman, as they call him.
Position, a little bit of movement on his first delivery at 81 miles an hour from Anderson.
But really showing his class in whites then, and KL Rahul.
Right, Rahul. He was coming back into the side, wasn't he? Filling in due to injuries?
Yeah, exactly. So he definitely had a point to prove, you could say. A big opportunity for him.
And those first few overs facing Anderson and Robinson with a swinging ball, that's tough.
Oh, it's a massive test. But they handled it really well. Very disciplined. They weren't trying to force things.
Well, just for Indian viewers in particular.
Just weathering the storm, as they say. Leaving the ball well outside off stump.
Lots of leaves, respecting the conditions, respecting the bowlers. They weren't getting drawn into playing shots they didn't need to.
Scored a lot of runs off the front foot through this region in his first innings, did KL Rahul. Gets full and KL Rahul capitalises.
Kept the scoreboard ticking, but crucially, no wickets down early.
Yeah, after about 10 overs, I think they were 28 for none. Rohit on 15, Rahul on 13. Solid, nothing spectacular, but job done for that initial period.
That foundation seems so important in Test cricket, especially in England.
It's a nice simple push down the ground.
Pure class.
Swing,
His cover drive flowing like poetry. And the pull shot dispatched with effortless power.
Yeah, that's Rohit, isn't it? He makes batting look deceptively easy when he's in that kind of form. He wasn't just surviving, he was starting to put the pressure back on England.
That elegance combined with power. What does that tell you about his mindset against that English attack?
Just supreme confidence. He was reading the length so well, picking his moments. That kind of batting, it unsettles bowlers. They have to keep searching for answers.
Leg side again. That single brings up his half century, Rohit Sharma.
And while Rohit's playing these beautiful shots, we've got Virat Kohli in the dressing room. The script notes his intense focus, talking with the coaches.
Worth a try. You can see their top edge with the extra pace is going to fly.
Getting away, and they did get the breakthrough eventually.
They did. It was Anderson. Inevitably, perhaps. A sharp delivery found a faint edge off Rohit's bat.
Finally, through the defences. Anderson had a quiet morning, but he's back in the wickets. Joy for England. Boy, did they need that.
How much did he get? Must have been looking good for 100.
He made 83. Really superb innings, 145 balls. But yeah, that faint edge, caught behind. It was a huge wicket for England. They desperately needed that. The score was 126 for 1.
Gets the ball to nip back in. Top of off, they say. Bang on. James Anderson.
Okay, 126 for 1, still a very good platform. And in walks Cheteshwar Pujara.
Behind the sight screen, underneath the pavilion, he's been watching everything that's gone on.
He's lucky. He's played so tight so far, but slightly loose after Rohit has got out. A few flourishing drives off the front
The
foot.
rock, the anchor. You know Pujara's role.
So, a different kind of partnership now with Rahul after Rohit.
There are 3 catches there, and it's Rory Burns.
Pushing outside off, impacting line, he's missing the wicket.
Circumspect.
Completely different vibe. This was about consolidation, patience, solid defense. They weren't looking to score quickly.
Just grinding it out,
Yeah.
accumulating runs slowly.
Yeah, occasional singles, the odd boundary when it was really there. It was proper test match batting, making the bowlers work hard for absolutely everything, wearing them down.
And Rahul, during this period, the script mentions his immense resilience.
He really showed it. He had to dig deep. Pujara playing his role allowed Rahul to just, stay in his bubble, stand firm. It wasn't flashy, but it was incredibly important. That's the grind you love to see sometimes.
Third slip, Bairstow. One had sneaked through previously.
Mental toughness.
But the grind came to an end for Pujara. Anderson again.
Yes, Anderson got him too. Caught it slip. Pujara made 9 off 23 balls. It's not a long stay, but he did a job in terms of just calming things after Rohit's wicket.
Score now 150 for 2. And that meant
The king arrives. Virat Kohli walks out.
the roar must have been something else.
Oh yeah, huge reception. And you can immediately sense a shift. Kohli brings that intensity, that palpable sense of intent, just by being there.
So a new phase of the innings begins. Kohli and Rahul together.
Splendid way to finish the session. Played superbly, he goes to team on 55. That's his strength. He's an offside player. See so many players whose strength is through the leg side, but KL Rahul.
Well, they send it upstairs. It's Kohli.
Body as he's trying to withdraw the blade.
Off the mark with a single down the fine leg. Coming for the second, actually. That's good run.
started to build nicely. That partnership began to flourish. There was energy again after that quieter period with Pujara.
And this partnership took Rahul towards something pretty special.
Absolutely. The climax of his innings, really. He played this glorious shot.
Cut away, down towards third man. That is a highly accomplished Test match 100 from KL Rahul. Terrific technique, terrific discipline. He's on the oldest board.
Glorious shot, got it to the boundary, and that was it. Century at Lord's.
Wow. His first one there.
His first 100 at Lord's, yeah. You saw the celebration bat raise, that broad smile, just soaking it all in. It was a truly masterful innings, given the pressure, the conditions, everything.
Must have been huge for the team morale, too. How did the dressing room react?
They were on their feet, erupting. Kohli was leading the applause from the non-strikers' end, and you could see the pride on his face. It felt like a big psychological blow landed by India.
Do you remember the score around then, when Rahul got his 100?
Let me think. It was around 247 for 2, I believe. Rahul got to his 100. Kohli was batting solidly at the other end, maybe on 28 or so. India firmly in control.
Here's the chance, and it's taken by but the new ball does the damage.
Threatened in this spell with the second new ball. This is a very similar delivery to the one that passed the edge of Rahul's bat earlier.
And Kohli's role in that partnership, he ended up at 42. The script calls it gritty and supportive rather than dominant.
That should go all the way. Brings up 300 for India as well.
Down the pitch on the charge, and he slapped that through mid-off.
Oh, he nearly gets it, but does he get the wicket? David Lloyd, you call it. He needed a wicket. He's got a wicket for England.
Yeah, it wasn't maybe his most fluent knock, not the blistering Kohli 100 we sometimes see, but it was so important.
How so? Just his presence.
Partly his presence, yes. That unyielding.